Awesome. Now you've got your Talkadot slide inserted into your presentation deck. Now I want to show you how to tee up your Talkadot feedback flow so that you get the most responses you possibly can. Now you did insert your Talkadot slide into your presentation deck already, right? Yes? If not, pause this video and make sure to do that because that's such an important step to take. I would hate for you to forget it right before a big talk. Now, as we mentioned, the best place to insert your Talkadot slide is right before you go into your closing. So if you end on a story, a call to action, a high note, right before you go into your closing, that's the perfect spot to introduce your Talkadot feedback flow. Now, I'm going to show you exactly what to say and how to increase the chances that you can get almost everybody to fill it out. So I'm gonna go into presenter mode and I'm gonna show you exactly what to do for an in-person speaking engagement, okay? So you can see my slide deck here. Now, what I want you to imagine is that I just gave an actually good presentation and I'm going to introduce the flow right after I talked about some trends, okay? So now I'm going into presenter mode so you can see what it looks like. And this is a cool fact about trends. Out of curiosity, by a show of hands, how many people here felt like they learned something valuable today? Oh, well, awesome. Well, the best way you could pay me back is to let me know what you thought about this presentation. I want to know what you like about it so I can do more of it. I want to know what you dislike about it so I can improve upon it so I can get my message in front of as many people as possible. And your thoughts and feedback is the best way for me to do that. Now, what I'd like for you to do is take out your phones. I want you to take out your phones right now, open up your camera app, and scan the QR code. Just by placing your phone over the QR code, a link will pop up, and I want you to click on that link, and it'll lead you to a very quick 2-minute survey, right? Less than 2 minutes. So just open your phones right now, point your camera app towards the QR code, click on that link, and as a thank you for giving me your feedback and thoughts on this presentation. If you put in the code COOL, I'll give you that cool thing that I was talking about earlier in my presentation. I'll give you this cool thing that does this, that, this, and that's absolutely yours for free as a thank you for giving me your thoughts and feedback. So what I want you to do right now is scan the QR code, leave me your thoughts, and when you are done, put your phones down and look up so I know that you're finished, so I can leave you with one final thought before we go here today. Now, I'm going out of presenter mode for a moment, okay? So I want to explain exactly what happened just now. Now, when you do your presentation and you pour it into your audience, you gave them all this really great information, they feel a sense of reciprocity. They feel like they owe you. So by you asking the question, how many people felt like this presentation was valuable, you're now cashing in on that reciprocity. If you read the book Cialdini Influence, you know a little bit about reciprocity. So at that moment, they're like, oh my gosh, I owe you. So you say the greatest way to pay me back is to let me know what you thought. It's a real super simple, easy ask. Now you let them know you're actually going to use the data. I want to know what you like so I can do more of it. I want to know what you dislike so I can improve upon it. And then you tell them very specifically, you want to be as detailed as possible. I want you to take out your phones, open your camera, point it towards this QR code. A link will pop up. Click on that link and it'll send you to a very quick, less than 2-minute survey. The reason why you want to be that specific is because there might be some people in the audience that don't know how to scan a QR code. Yes, I know that might sound a little wild to you because QR codes are everywhere now, but there might be someone in the audience. So I've seen people in audiences actually take pictures of the QR code because they said, oh, you're supposed to scan it. I took a picture, nothing happened. So you want to eliminate any chances that someone doesn't know what to do. So you want to be really, really specific. You want to tell them it's less than 2 minutes. You want to be, it's really, really short. And I'll give you that cool thing that I mentioned. Now, you might have noticed I said I mentioned earlier. One of the things that I like to do is tee up whatever is the bonus, whatever is the thing I'm going to give away earlier in my presentation. So I might talk about my cool book and why my book is so awesome and then give everyone a copy of my ebook. Or I might talk about one of the things I like to give away are slides or presentation notes or summaries of my presentation. So what I like to do is say, hey, if you don't like to take notes, don't worry, I got your back. At the end of this presentation, I'm going to give you a summary of everything we talked about here today. Now, sometimes I just take my presentation deck, turn it into a PDF, and I give it to the audience. If you don't want to give away your PDF or your presentation deck, you don't have to. I'm just giving you ideas. But I tee up the benefit of the cool thing I'm going to give them. So if you're going to give them like a cool like Excel spreadsheet, I'll let them know, hey, I got this cool spreadsheet for you. At the end of the presentation, I'll tell you how you can get it. So I'm teeing it up and kind of making a curiosity for it earlier, and then I'm delivering on my promise and saying, hey, remember that cool thing? I'm going to give it to you right now. So you tell them to put in the code, give them your feedback, and then this is important. I say, put your phone down and look up when you're finished so I can leave you with one final thought. The reason why that's so important is because everyone's going to scan the QR code. Then they're going to be on their phones. But you know what some people are going to do? They're going to look around and go, well, I'm done with giving my feedback, but everyone else isn't. Let me jump on TikTok real quick. Let me jump on the news, or let me jump on whatever real quick. And you know what's going to happen? You're never going to know when to start to go into your close. So by being really specific and saying, put your phone down and look up so I know that you're finished so I can leave you with one final thought. When you look around the room and you look around the audience, you'll start getting a sense that people are finished. Now, this is important. You want to give enough time for people to actually do your survey. You don't want to just say, hey, everyone, give me your thoughts, and then go straight into your close. I've seen people do that, and it tanks your results. You want to create 2 to 3 minutes minimum. Now, in a perfect world, you do 5 minutes, okay? Give people more than enough time. The reason why is if you give them more than enough time to do the form, you get better feedback. It's more in-depth, it's better testimonials, it's more helpful for you. Sometimes time is of the essence. I get it. You don't want to do anything less than 3 minutes. 2 minutes bare minimum, right? If you have to, from start to finish. 3 minutes will really do the job, right? So 3 minutes minimum, 5 minutes maximum, okay? But if you then create a quiet space and let people take it and look up, and then once you start seeing people are done, you say, all right, I want to leave you with one final thought, and then you jump into your story or your call to action or your poem or whatever it might be, okay? So it's really, really important to actually give them the time during the presentation, because if you say, hey, give me your feedback, wait 10 seconds and say, all right, let me leave you with my final thought, no one's going to actually pay attention to taking the Talkadot feedback flow. They're just going to bounce, okay? So you want to give them the actual time, have them look down, and then go into your closing. So that is the proper way to tee up your Talkadot. And if you do this correctly, you can get anywhere to 80% of your audience to give you this valuable data so you can become an evidence-based speaker.